Planetary has a vision to restore the ocean and the climate for generations to come. You can kind of think of the ocean and the atmosphere as the same system. And what that means is that as we're putting a lot of extra CO2 into the air, a lot of that is actually going to dissolve into the ocean. So the effect of that is that right now, at our current rate of emissions, we're adding about 27 million tons of carbon dioxide to our oceans every day. The challenge with that is that carbon dioxide pouring into the ocean is a big acid. It forms an acid as it gets into that ocean. So what we do is we do the simplest possible thing. We actually take an antacid and we add that to the ocean to neutralize some of that CO2 and take it out of the ocean atmosphere system. And in the process, that restores the ocean's chemistry and helps the local biology and ecosystem to thrive.
Now, how do you stand out from companies that may be in this space?
We know that we have to remove a massive quantity of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere by 2050, but the first job in the world is really decarbonizing. That's what we have to do first. And so we have a lot of emerging technologies that are starting to scale up to do this carbon removal in concert with this emissions reduction that's happening. Taking carbon out of the air is very expensive though, and it takes a lot of energy because there's enough carbon dioxide in the air to make it a problem, but not enough so that it's easy to sort of extract from the atmosphere. So the process of using the ocean and essentially healing the ocean's ability to do what it does naturally and pull carbon out of the air means that we're really allowing the ecosystem to provide a lot of that energy and a lot of those kinds of processes. And that is what brings down the cost of the system and makes it radically scalable. You know, the ocean is 2/3 of the Earth's surface. If we don't employ it for climate change, we're probably not going to make it, right? So that's really, I think, the big thing that differentiates us. We're the leaders in this space. We've now removed about 138 tons of carbon from the atmosphere, which is an infinitesimally small amount, like it's nothing. But it's a proof point in a very safe and responsible incremental scaling plan for a new technology that we think could be the highest scale potential way that we deal with this carbon removal problem that we have.
And as you look to the next 12 months, what are your priorities?
Over the next 12 months, we want to continue to do what we've been doing. So working very closely with academic institutions to responsibly scale in the context of local communities and with deep integration with local communities. But ultimately what we want to get to is a continuously operating carbon removal machine on one of our project sites. And that's really the target that we're aiming towards. We have to do that in a way that respects both people's understandings and attitudes in local communities and follows the science. But we think that that next step will allow us to progress this field and this science to the point where we can really scale it up and make a real difference with it.
Mike, it's been wonderful to talk with you. Thanks for joining me in Floor Talk today.
Thank you.